Buy once, cry once. This is something that you hear all the time in the firearms community, and it's something that I have said many times. The longer that I've done this, the more that I've realized that if you just buy quality products, they're just gonna be better. I mean, you do get what you paid for. And if you buy cheap knockoffs, they break and you end up having to buy the quality thing anyway, and it costs you more than it would have just to buy the good thing in the first place. But in this video, I'm gonna bring you 5 budget products that are actually really good. The first one is Streamlight lights. So, Surefire makes a fantastic light. Mod light, I freaking love them. Buy once, cry once, right? Well, Streamlight makes a really good light for the money as well. I own a bunch of them. I've put thousands upon thousands of rounds through pistols and rifles with Streamlight lights on them. And except for one of my rifle lights where I had the pressure pad went out twice, I replaced the pressure pad and the light works great. As far as pistol lights, I've got 3 or 4 of these TLR1 HLs, and now they have newer ones, the HLX, the HPX, that have even more lumens and candela. And I've got a TLR7 sub that's been on my main carry gun for years now. I did just realize that I need to replace the battery on it. But this thing has been super reliable. These have been super reliable. And to be quite honest, I actually like the switches better on the TLR1 HL than the switches that you get on the Surefire X300. Now, I do like my mod lights better than the ProTac from Streamlight, but to be quite honest, except for that pressure pad, that ProTac light has worked fantastic. I actually use it as a handheld now, and it is ridiculously powerful. And so are these, and these aren't even their new powerful models. Like, they're crazy powerful lights, and they come in at a really good price. So, you know, a Surefire X300, you're looking at like $320 for one of these. Well, TLR1 HL is more like $140. It's less than half price, and it is absolutely not less than half the quality or half the performance. In fact, I would say in a lot of ways, I like it better. Now, the Surefire X300 looks better. I mean, that's a vibe, it's an aesthetic, it looks awesome. But this light will do anything that you need a pistol light to do. And like I said, I think it has better switches, and it does it for a lot cheaper. So a good place that you could save some money is on your weapon mounted light. Don't get some, thing off Amazon that's no name. You have to have holster compatibility when it comes to lights. But every holster company makes lights for not only the Surefire X300, but the Streamlights, the TLR1 HL, TLR7s. These lights are extremely popular, and you can find holsters for them. So the next budget item that I have found to be super reliable and totally good are Holosun optics, specifically their pistol optics, but I've honestly been extremely happy with the 512C on my 300 Blackout as well. But Holosun pistol optics are great. Now, they're not as cheap as, again, some of the ones you can find on Amazon. There's a lot of fly-by-night Chinese optic companies now, and yes, Holosun are also made in China, but they are an American company, and they make a very high-quality product. In fact, these 2 pistols have the full-size Holosun EPS on them. This is my favorite pistol optic. I freaking love it. It's an enclosed emitter optic, and it has been perfect. Perfectly reliable, 6 MOA dot, super easy to pick up, battery life lasts forever, shake awake. On my main carry gun, again, Holosun EPS carry, I trust this optic. I first started buying Holosun optics long ago with the 407C, which is about their most affordable one. I've got one on my little 22 here and on my Prodigy. And even their most affordable one, I mean, I guess the 407K is probably more affordable. I have one of those somewhere too. These things have been perfectly reliable. In fact, the solar failsafe here actually isn't even a gimmick. When the battery ran out on this, I was still able to use it. The dot wasn't quite as bright, but I was still able to use it. Have you ever been hacked, scammed, or doxxed? Been the victim of fraud or identity theft? Well, then this video's sponsor is for you, and that is Aura. And just like the budget items I'm talking about in this video, Aura comes in at a great budget as well. $12 a month for all of your online security. The most important thing that they do is they find the data brokers that are selling your personal information. These guys are making billions of dollars selling your leaked info that's on the dark web, that's on the internet, to scammers and spammers and other bad actors, and that's why you get spam calls and why you get scam calls. Well, Aura goes and they submit professional opt-out requests on your behalf with those data brokers, taking you off of those lists, and then you stop getting those spam calls and those scam calls. And they do that within the first couple days, and you get to try it out absolutely free for 2 weeks with my link, aura.com/sawtooth-tactical. In that 2 weeks, they will scrub your information off the internet. Besides that, if you decide to keep it, you have a VPN, you have a password manager, you have internet security in every form that you could think of, including antivirus, US-based security available around the clock, alerts if your personal information is found on the dark web, real-time fraud alerts for credit and banking, and 24/7 fraud protection. Aura does all of that for you in one easy to use, easy to set up app. It's a damn good deal. And again, you can get it for 2 weeks absolutely free. See if you like it or not. You have nothing to lose at aura.com/sawtooth-tactical. Now back to Holosun optics. You can buy Trigicon, RMR, SRO, fantastic optics. I love the SRO. But you know what? I've used all those optics. The RMR, kind of a small window, a battery that's underneath the thing, so you have to take the optic off when you change the battery and put it back on and confirm you're zero. Not a big deal. But you don't have to do that with these. They have side-loading battery trays, and they come in at a much more affordable price, but you're not going to lack in quality or performance or reliability. I use Holosun optics on the guns that I need to trust the most. My home defense gun, the 300 Blackout, has a Holosun optic on it. I love my EOTechs, but you know what? Battery life, no shake awake, the fact that I can't just leave them on without the battery possibly going dead. I trust Holosun for home defense. Holosun for my bedside gun. Holosun for my carry gun. Holosun optics are 100% proven and reliable at this point. But again, a lot cheaper than Aimpoint or Trigicon. Now, I love Aimpoint too. I love the good, expensive stuff. Don't get me wrong, but this video is about things that cost less, that perform really well, and Holosun optics do that. Specifically, they're pistol red dots. Number 3 on our budget items that just plain work is an actual firearm. This is the Smith & Wesson M&P 15 Sport 2. One of the most budget ARs you can get, and the first AR that I ever bought. And as you can see, most of the parts on this thing have been changed, but it still is the original barrel, receivers, bullet carrier group. I do have a Geisley Super 42 buffer system in it because I run this thing only suppressed these days, which is a testament to its durability and reliability. I have put many thousands of rounds through this thing. I run it suppressed all the time. I shoot long range with it. I shoot at night with it, with thermals, under night vision. And while yes, I do love running my more expensive builds, they do just kind of feel better. They've got maybe higher quality barrels, higher quality components. This thing has been perfectly reliable over the years. So yeah, I am all about building yourself your dream rifle, sparing no expense, putting the best parts in it, and having something that you know is going to work when you need it. But if all you can afford is a rifle like the M&P 15 Sport 2, I do recommend this rifle. It has not let me down once. And I can't say the same thing for my other budget rifle. The second AR I ever bought was this PSA, and the bolt broke on it. Same thing with my PSA dagger here. Nothing against PSA, Palmetto State Armory, but both of those budget firearms have had major parts breakages. This is a budget AR and nothing has broken in it, no matter what I put it through. The M&P 15, and now they have the Sport 3, which actually comes with an M-LOK handguard already. I think is something that you can absolutely trust and rely on. When I bought this one, my local gun store was selling like 12 of them to the local sheriff's department. They are running Griffin armament rifles now, but they ran M&Ps until this year. They trust them. I trust them. I guarantee I've put a lot more rounds through mine than they did, but I've had no problems with this thing. Smith & Wesson M&P 15 Sport 2, and I would assume the Sport 3 as well. Totally solid, totally reliable rifles at a really affordable price. Number 4 on the list, like James Reeves likes to say, the controversy slot, is this Springfield Prodigy. Don't laugh, because I know that a lot of people have had problems with the Prodigies when they very first came out. I actually bought mine very early on. I waited, I think, about a year until after they had been released before I purchased mine. And it's been as reliable as any pistol that I've owned. It's been as reliable as my Smith & Wesson M&P. It's been as reliable as any Glock that I've owned. This thing has been perfectly reliable, which is crazy for a budget 2011. Now, when we talk about a budget 2011, it's kind of funny because, you know, people don't necessarily think of the M&P as a budget gun, and that was a $600 pistol. This was a $1,300 pistol, but it's a budget gun because that's the world of 2011s, where they usually start at about $2,500 and go up from there. Now, a lot of budget 2011s have come out in the last couple of years after the Springfield Prodigy came out, and some of them are good and some of them are not. We've got one right here, the EAA 2311 Match X. Comped, ported, done up by Cosent Arms. It is an incredible pistol to shoot, but it hasn't been 100% reliable, and that's what you might get with a budget 2011. This Prodigy has been. I put 1,000 rounds through it before I made any internal changes to it. All I did was add a light and an optic, 1,000 rounds bone stock, didn't have a malfunction. Then I sent it off to Skip's Guns. I got the EGW ignition kit, Atlas trigger put in it, lighter recoil spring. I got an 8-pound recoil spring and buffer, 17-pound mainspring. Kept running it, couple thousand more rounds, perfectly reliable. Then I sent it off to Andy Davis at AAC Enterprise and got it ported and Cerakoted. I've ran probably another 1,000 rounds through it since then. Perfectly reliable. I've been training with this with my training group every weekend. Perfectly reliable. Even under stress, even under pressure, this is a really good gun. Now, caveat is yes, I know that people have had Prodigies that have had issues. But as far as I've been able to tell, Springfield has fixed those issues, and any new Prodigy that you get should be as reliable as mine, including the comped models now. If I'd known they were going to come out with a comped model, maybe I would have waited and gotten that. But I got mine ported and it shoots super flat, super fast. It's got a 2.4 pound, ridiculously crisp trigger. This gun makes me feel like a better shooter than I really am, and it's reliable. Like I said, controversy slot because I know not everyone has had a reliable Prodigy experience, but mine has been fantastic. And number 5 are Otter Creek Labs suppressors. These suppressors are so good. I bought the Polonium K first. Now, if you ask anybody what's a good suppressor to get that's not going to break the bank, anybody that knows better is going to tell you to get the Polonium K. It is a fantastic 5.56 suppressor, super rugged, super durable, and super quiet for its size and for its price. I was so impressed with the Polonium K that I got the Polonium 30 to put on my 300 Blackout home defense gun. And I can shoot this thing with subs without Ear Pro, and it is very quiet and very comfortable. I ran this one on super safety guns, so it's a good thing that they're full auto rated. These things are built like tanks. Now, the only thing people might say that's bad about them is that they're definitely not low back pressure suppressors. But that's kind of the point of this video. 3D printed low back pressure cans are going to cost at least $1,000, probably more. These things come in at like $600. And what I want out of a suppressor is suppression. And you get that with the Otter Creek Labs Polonium suppressors. Not only the Polonium suppressors, but they sent me their titanium 22, and this thing is mouse fart quiet, movie quality quiet. It's absolutely ridiculous, and it's titanium, so it doesn't weigh literally anything. Super high quality, super durable, super quiet, and just super good, and also kind of super cheap. Otter Creek Labs suppressors are a home run in just about every way in my book. Again, the only thing people could say about them is, yeah, added gas back to the face. I'm running this one on a Mark 18, 10.3 inch carbine length gas system, a known gassy rifle. All I had to do was put a Geisley Super 42 H3 buffer system in it, and I can run that thing super safety, third position, mag dumps, and it doesn't gas me out. So I think people overstate that, or they just don't know how to tune their rifles, one or the other. And yes, low back pressure suppressors are awesome, but they're expensive, and they're mostly usually not as effective as traditional baffle stack suppressors. I'm a big fan of Otter Creek Labs suppressors. They're my favorite suppressor manufacturer. I've got suppressors from multiple manufacturers, and honestly, I mean, I don't have a suppressor that I don't like, but I love my Otter Creek Labs suppressors. Let me know down in the comments, what are some budget items that you have found to be totally reliable and high quality and something that you can trust and run like a long time. All the things I mentioned in this video, I have used for many thousands of rounds, many hours in the range, and they have held up and worked great. They've all been heavily tested by me. So what things have you tested heavily that you know are good, but that aren't the top of the line, most expensive stuff? I would love to find out in the comments what has worked well for you, and that helps the other viewers as well, especially people that are new to firearms. I remember when I first got into this, I didn't want to spend a whole lot of money on the expensive thing, and I wasted a lot of money on cheap stuff that was not any good. So it's good for people to be able to find out what kind of affordable things actually are good. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like. Make sure you subscribe to Sawtooth Tactical. And from Sawtooth Tactical, stay strapped or get clapped.